Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little bit, but I'm super excited to finally share with you guys what I've been working on. I know I kind of took an accidental hiatus. The rate at which I was reading was decreasing, but not necessarily because I didn't want to read, but because I picked up a new hobby. If you've been seeing my YouTube, you've kind of seen a little bit of it already, where I have been crocheting galore. Like, I've got my current project over here, which I'll show you at the end. But I've currently been crocheting, and not only have I been crocheting, but it's all bookish related things. I promise. I have not gone far from the bookish community, from bookish things. I just realized we have Cheshire looking nice and pretty over here. Side note, Cheshire is holding all of my crochet hooks and scissors and my thick sewing needles, but I just realized he's sitting all nice and pretty over here. He can stay there. So I've been crocheting a bunch of book stuff, and I wanted to finally share a little bit of it with you, since I've got a small little collection now, as well as we're about 2 months away from my first craft fair that I'm doing. Hopefully I'll sell some of this and get some new ideas. And I've been very creative with this whole process. I've been loving it so much. So I've been very inspired and creative, got the creative juices flowing, and I always just love something to do with my hand. This has been an incredible fidget for me. And I'm embracing it right now and going full force. I am still reading, but of course not at the pace that I was, because a lot of the times I just like to sit and crochet while watching a movie. I've been watching a lot of Disney movies, but I also kind of want to watch the entire Disney library. Well, not entire, but it's like I want to catch up on some of the older stuff that I may have missed either growing up, or maybe it's not as popular, just because my love of Disney has gone through the roof, due to being an annual pass holder and going so much this calendar year. It's my very first time as an annual pass member, and I cannot be more thrilled to be able to experience Disney in this capacity. And so let's get into the crafts. So I do have some Disney ones here. I also have some Taylor Swift ones. I am also a Swiftie. I'm a Disney girl. So I'm going into that, as well as knowing that there's so many other people who are Swifties and Disney fans. And I bet that I feel like it would be amazing to showcase that with your reading materials. So let's get into it. Up first, just some basic, not themed related. I think that was a pine cone. I heard rumbling. I thought it was Amazon at first at the front door, but then I'm like, no, maybe it's a pine cone on the roof. They drop from the trees and then they roll down the roof, and it's actually quite funny because of how it sounds here in the house. So I'm not getting snuck up on. It's just a pine cone. All right, back into it. So some non-themed ones I have. This is a hardback cover. It's wide enough to fit a hardback book, with some nice little flowers on it. I really liked how the pattern came out in the main base here. What I'm having a lot of fun with, and that you'll actually see a lot, is the way that I'm actually doing a lot of these now, especially with the themed ones, is that I'll do a base and then I'll do appliques. And now I do crochet the appliques myself, but then they're 3D, to where I'll make extra long tails and just sew them on. So that's for a full hardback without the dust jacket, just because I typically read my books without the dust jacket, because the dust jacket kind of gets in the way for me. And so this way I can take the dust jacket off, but also keep the hardback safe. This is my only hardback cover at the moment, but I hope I'm getting there. I've got 2 months. This is only what I've gotten so far. So there's that. And then this cute little pastel pink and white checkerboard for a paperback. This was one of my early ones. And so it's a little more on the basic side, and I've definitely improved since this one, as you'll see. But there are some of these that I kind of did it a while back, but it's like I'm slowly like growing both my ability and what I'm actually producing. But this fits a hardback. It's super cute. Maybe I'll do another one of these. We'll see. But there's that. So up next, the my basic, my unthemed Kindle cases. I personally have a Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation. So I've been using these to, I've been using my Kindle Paperwhite as a base for these sizes. So I bet if you have like the standard Kindle, it would fit with some room in these cases. I don't remember how big I don't know how big the new Colorsoft is. But I'm making all of my Kindle cases are based off of the Kindle Paperwhite 11th generation, because that's what I have. Actually, if you could let me know down in the comments, because I know that the basic Kindle's smaller. Is the Kindle Colorsoft bigger than the Kindle Paperwhite, or is it the same size? Because also, like, for those girlies who use the Colorsoft or a more basic Kindle, I'd like to have, I think it'd be nice to make, I'll show you that later, to make Kindle cases that are more suitable for your Kindle. But I also know that Kindle Paperwhite is a very common used Kindle. So I know it will fit most people's Kindles because the Paperwhite is, as far as I'm aware, the most common. But I would love your guys' input on regards to sizing of Kindle versus Kindle. Maybe I can expand on my sizing of my Kindle cases. And so up first, this was my very first Kindle case, actually. Cute little bubble pattern with the purple. This is like a purple skein with multiple shades of purple. Super, super cute. I loved the way that the pattern turned out. Fits nice and snug in there. And then this one was super fun. It looks like a little envelope, and the Kindle goes in sideways. But it just looks like a cute little envelope. Like, how precious is that? Like, honestly, I think this is one of my OG covers. Like, before I started my theming and going all in, this was definitely my favorite. It still kind of is, of my non-themed ones, but I'll show you the themed ones in a second. So there's that. And then for all of the teachers out there, I have made a pencil. It's a little on the wider side, but it does fit a Kindle. I do want to try this one again properly. But I kind of played around with some of the, I essentially took this pattern and replaced it with just pencil colors, and I absolutely loved how it came out color-wise. But I do want to refine this one eventually. Because it's a little on the bigger side, the pencil. It's okay. It's adorable. It still fits the Kindle. So any teachers out there, I got you. We're going to take a brief pause between the cases because I am in general doing a nice little cozy reading vibe. So of course, in order to say cozy, and especially now that we're getting into fall time, hopefully the cooler weather will hit soon for us Florida girlies. If you know, you know, we're still raging hot here. And so I've started making some beanies. A cute ribbed beanie here with a little brim. Kind of fits nicely right there. A very minimal slouch, but it's nice, cute, and cozy. I have one of these for myself, and I made a second one to sell just because I absolutely loved the pattern and the color. Mwah. And then it's a long one, white ribbed pattern, and with this very cute purple puff, there's the camera, border, that's the word. And so this one I love can be one of two ways. We can pop that brim up, maybe for a little bit of slouch back here, and I feel like that border is like an accent piece. And then you could even take it brim down and get like maximum slouchage. Like, look at that. Look at that. I love this thing. I found like this one came out amazing. My personal opinion. But all right, now I have two themes going. Like I said earlier, I've got Taylor Swift and I've got Disney. And so I've been having so much fun playing with appliques on this one and like color matching, and I've just been having so much fun with this. I only have 4 albums of Taylor's right now. I eventually want to do all 12. I do want to do all 12 eventually. But I'm kind of doing these and the Disney's kind of like back and forth depending on what my creative juices are coming up with, character wise or album wise. And so to start with the Taylor Swift, we have a paperback cover for 1989. This one was super fun. Honestly, I absolutely love this blue. This blue is just so lively. I just love it. And so we got the little seagulls in 1989. Yes, it's all 3D because I used chains and just sewed them on accordingly. And then another paperback cover, we've got Fortnite, TTPD. I did it so that way we've got like Post Malone and Taylor here with the paper surrounding from the music video, using the OG TTPD CD cover colors. And so this one was super fun. And this one really, I really had to think on this one. I love it. And then so I did a Kindle case for the lover. This case is on the thicker side because it uses 3 yarns. And then so I've got the pastel pink, the baby blue or sky blue, and the lavender. And all 3 of these are what made the ombre in the main base. And then I just took the individual colors, made little hearts, and then sewed them on as such. This one is super, super cute. I'm so excited how it turned out. And then another Kindle case. This is my personal favorite so far of the Taylor Swift ones that I've done. I did Midnights, and so we've got the midnight blue base. It's navy blue, and then I did the baby blue for the stars to represent the cardigan. This one was so much fun. I loved the way that it came out, the way it finished. This is my personal favorite. Then so up next we have the Disney ones. I'm slowly but surely working through these. I'm starting with Mickey and the gang, all 6 of them, and then I want to expand to the princesses and other characters as they come up. We'll see what happens. So we're going to start with the classic duo, Mr. Mickey Mouse and Miss Minnie Mouse. These were so much fun. They're super classic. They are Kindle cases. And so we've got the red and black base with his little buttons. This came out so cute. I love the 2 of these. And then same base for Minnie, but then I did her little polka dots and I did her skirt, which is double tiered. I am obsessed with this skirt, guys. Like, in all honesty, absolutely obsessed. She came out so beautiful. Like, I literally, when I tell you when I finished the skirt, I literally like lost it because I was obsessed at my own work here. So this was so much fun to figure out and do. The skirt took me about I think it was like 4 or 5 tries before I found something that actually worked. But I'm absolutely obsessed with her. She's a cutie patootie. And I love how they are a matching duo. So I made them. And then I just recently finished Mr. Goofy over here. Goofy is my boy. And this was so much fun. Playing around with colors and patterns, and mixing the colors with this one and TTPD. It was very interesting figuring out like the middle color here, the gray in TTPD, and then the orange here in Goofy. It was very interesting figuring that out and actually doing it. So I feel like it came out so beautiful because we've got the black for his vest, the orange for his shirt, and obviously pants and hat. And so those are all that I currently have at the moment. Oh, my current project, because I do also want to expand, because like I said, comfy, cozy, bookish vibes. And so I'm currently working, I have the base here. Here's the base, and then I'm currently working on strap number 1 to make a tote bag for all of the needs, for any and all of the needs that you would need. Beach bag, book bag, crochet materials, park bag. Like I feel I may add like a side pocket here, may make some little side pockets for the sake of organization. We will see how that turns out, but the base is coming along well. That is the size of the bag, if you can tell by the size of my head. Whee! And then I'm working on strap number 1, so we'll see how that turns out, and I will, because I want to keep y'all updated as I crochet, because I'm absolutely having the time of my life right now doing these. This is so much fun, so exhilarating for me. I'm thinking about doing like almost like a half blanket kind of situation, to where you could like wrap it around your shoulders to comfy cozy, to where it's not like a long blanket and it gets all jumbled. There was some, I'm planning on doing some bookmarks where I do like a flower and then a stem and then the leaf to be like a bookmark. I'm going to start playing around with some bookmark patterns. I think that's everything that I have and am planning to do. And so I think I'm going to try with like when I get into, even with some of the characters for like, and the princesses, when I do paperback covers, like if I expand up to the paperback size, instead of doing it horizontal, like all of my cases at the moment, I'm thinking about doing them vertical, to where the opening is at the top, so that way it keeps the character vertical. Or it could even be horizontal and then the character could just be sideways. I'll play around with it, see what I want to do, but it's like I have a lot of ideas brewing, and so I'm just taking the time to just crochet them out. In regards to reading, because of course it's like, what am I reading at the moment? I am actually on a nonfiction binge for work at the moment. I am, if you don't know, if you're new here, hi. By day, I am a pediatric occupational therapy assistant in an outpatient clinic right now. And so I'm doing some reading just to help me as a clinician and as a human being. And it's been a lot of fun. I am currently reading Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. There were some others that I read in there for work, but it's been a lot of fun, like reading and growing. And so, yeah. My current fantasy read that I'm in the middle of right now is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I started this before I went into the nonfiction reads. But once I'm done with the nonfiction reads, I plan on jumping back into that, as well as tackling some of my backlog for books. I did recently buy a book. I recently bought 3 Shattered Souls. It's the final installment of the I don't even know if there's like a name for the series, but it's the book 5 Broken Blades, 4 Broken Blades, 4 Ruined Realms, 3 Shattered Souls. 3 Shattered Souls just came out, and so I made a rent to Target for random reasons, probably to find some cheap toys and stuff for work. But I told myself, if 3 Shattered Souls is in stock, we're picking it up, because I'm absolutely loving that series right now. And the way that 4 Ruined Realms ended, it's just like mind blown. Oh my god. So I'm so excited to keep that series going, as well as some other books that I have on my backlog that have now not being read. Because either I've been crocheting and listening to my audiobooks, or I've been sitting and crocheting watching Disney movies, because like I said, I'm very obsessed with just watching Disney movies right now. Disney is such a comfort that I've just been enjoying putting on movies and crocheting because it's fun. So that is what I'm currently up to. Thank you so much for joining me through showing you all of my different crafts. Let's see, let's get them all together here real quick. All of the covers, plus the 2 beanies. Thank you so much for sitting down with me while I show you guys what I've been up to. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you guys stick around to see what I'm making. And like I said, I've got 2 months until my first craft fair. If you're in the Central Florida area, please don't be afraid to come see me. I will provide that information more as we get closer. The first one is over in Mount Dora. If y'all are interested. But this has been a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that I am finally sharing it with you guys. I'm like, I've built a small collection. Let me share it with you guys. And so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, wonderful week. You guys got this. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.